All right, everyone. Welcome to episode 10, FBA on the Water. We have our host here, me, Zachy Lucky Flips Arbitrage. That's why the Lucky Flips is Lucky Flips, because if you say my name fast, sounds like Lucky. But,
Oh, that's clever. I like that.
yeah. All right. And then also hosted by Nate Flips FBA.
What
And
up?
guest today, we have FBA Marty on.
How we doing, everybody?
He's an accountant by day and an FBA ninja by night.
Yes, sir.
Part-time grinder. We're here having him on, gonna give him a little interview. So listen closely. He's got a lot of good information in there. He's gonna bust it up for us. All right.
Of course.
So Marty, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, man, of course. So the way I started Amazon FBA is my buddy Joe, Amazing Asins. Shout out to Joe. He
Big
me
shout
and Joe
out.
were following this guy on Instagram, Jerry Lou. Also shout out to Jerry Lou. So Jerry was offering a $40 book flipping course for Amazon FBA. And me and Joe were following him for about a month or two at this point, before, I started my 1 year grad program in Buffalo. And so, we were watching his videos and, we thought it was legit. It looked cool and everything, but we didn't really just give it a shot. So one day Joe actually sent me a text message saying, "Yo, I got Jerry's book flipping course, and I actually made my first sale today." So once I got that text, I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is legit. Like this, you can really make money from this." So I bought his course, and then I still remember the first sale I made. It was literally a Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3 rather, game guide book, and
Okay.
I bought two of them directly from Amazon for like 40, 45 bucks. And I sold them right back on Amazon for like 145. So once I saw,
808.
yeah, man, once I saw those orange bars pop up, I was like, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely, kept me interested. And so I started school up in Buffalo, and because I had very limited time and capital, I was mostly doing used books and also just because I was doing eBay a little bit too. So on the weekends, every Saturday, Sunday, me and Amazing Asins, Joe, we would go to different, garage and estate sales in Buffalo and really just find anything we could flip on eBay and whatnot. And so I was doing that stuff on eBay, and then I was doing used books along with seasonal Lego sets on Amazon. Um, and then from there, I graduated, started working full time in June. So at this point, now that I actually have like real, I finally have a salary, I finally have like real money to like play with this. I've just been going, 110% with Amazon, just throwing in like 90% of my paycheck to really just keep the ball rolling. And you know, I really started to take it serious in like September-ish, and it's been great. It's really been great ever since. So I'm really just looking forward to everything that this year has to offer.
Yeah, for sure. So you said you started at your 1 year grad.
Yeah,
So that was you started back in like January this year, or I'm just trying to give a perspective how long you've
yeah,
been,
yeah.
you know,
So it was last August,
last August.
August of 2021,
Okay, cool. So yeah, coming up on almost, I mean,
like a year and a half or so, like
yeah,
around.
quick
Yeah,
8 months be 2 years. So
yeah,
been in the game a minute. Went
yeah, yeah,
used books heavy.
yeah.
That's the way a lot of guys started. You know, I was when I first started and I was like binging the buy box bandits, it's like they'd have
Mhm.
guests on. It's like I felt like 90% of them started with used books. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely a
I
way.
mean, dude, the margins are great, and it's one, the margins are great, and two, it's just that like again, you could go to an estate sale, you could even go to Savers, you could just go anywhere, buy
Yeah.
these books for $1, 50 cents, two
Yeah,
dollars, whatever it
low
is.
risk, super low
Yeah,
risk. Like,
super low risk. If it doesn't
Super.
hit, you lose what, $1, $2, big
yeah,
deal. Yeah,
it's like a low risk proof of concept for like a lot of people.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Back
definitely.
in September, what kind of pushed you to take it the next step further and really
Yeah.
try to scale?
Honestly, man, it was just so I'm a tax accountant, and we have not many people, including myself, prior to working this job, knew that in tax you actually have two busy seasons. So you have your normal February to April 15th that everyone knows of, but then you also have from August to October 15th. Um, so we were, I was kind of just in the middle of that. It was like September, it was like mid-September,
Yeah.
and we were in busy season for like a month at that point, and I was just like, I mean, we had another month and a half to go, and like I was just so burnt out already. I'm like,
Mm.
dude, this is just like, uh, I mean, I kind of already knew prior to working that like, I didn't really want to do a 9 to 5 my whole life. I always kind of knew that I wanted to work for myself, have true, control over my life. But really being in the trenches of that and like really going through that of waking up every day at like 7:30, 8 in the morning, getting to the office at like 8:30, leaving the office at 7:30, getting home at 8 and doing it, 5 days a week,
Yeah.
going in on Saturday, it's stressful and it just burnt me the hell out. So, you know, I really just used that as motivation to just keep myself going. I'd be getting home at like 8:30 and I'd hop on the computer and I'd start sourcing. I'd load up Seller Central. I'd open 1,000 tabs, as you guys know, and
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd get to work. So it's been great, man.
the
It's been
tabs.
great.
The tabs are. I think
It's crazy.
didn't Amazing Asins, your buddy Joe, didn't he just make a video about how he got a new computer like last week or something? I think he
Probably,
I think he
yeah.
did because he was saying that he wanted to get in like an expense in like before the
I was
end of
gonna say you probably get that business expense
yeah,
before year end. Yeah.
exactly. And he was talking about how he needed like a hefty computer to deal with all the tabs open and stuff. And I'm like, I feel that, dude. Like sometimes I look, I got like three Chromes open, like three
Oh
Chrome
yeah.
windows open and like 30 tabs each. I'm like, man, my computer's working right now.
Dude, it's funny too, because like I've literally never been like that. I've always been like, I'll have maybe like three tabs like at max,
Yeah,
and
kept it
then
clean.
yeah, man, and then since starting Amazon, there's always like 2 to 3 Chromes up with like 20 different tabs. Like,
And
oh
you
my,
hardly ever close them out too, because it's like
never,
if you
never,
have a
because I'm
lead,
like,
if you have a
dude,
link to a lead.
it's like, bro, I'll have a lead from like 2 weeks ago that I haven't even bought yet, and I'm like, no, like I gotta go back, I gotta go back. It could still be good.
Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
I
Oh
feel you.
my
I look back, I mean, like people see my computer screen sometimes and they're like, "What are you doing?
Yeah, they're like, dude,
Crazy?"
you're crazy. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm making money, man. I'm
I'm like,
making
it's
money.
organized in my head. It doesn't need to be organized in your head. Don't worry about
God. Right?
it.
You know where everything is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's definitely a perk of this giant monitor I got right now. Like you guys are on like
Like a
maybe a
fraction. Yeah.
third of the entire screen right now, and your faces are like huge. But like
I,
it's phenomenal. Like I
I went
can
to Nate's house a couple weeks ago and I walk in and I'm like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit! Like, this screen is unreal. I need one of them. Those things,
I mean, dude, your whole setup with like that giant desk is like that's like that's the lab, bro. That's the lab.
homies living the
Yeah,
FBA lab.
I
yeah,
love it.
bro. Got that. I mean the monitor was like $1,000 or something. Or no. It was like 700 and then the desk was probably 600, so 1,300 business expense.
You write that all off,
You
baby.
know,
It's all
write
she
it off.
wrote.
Write it off.
Worth
Write it
worth
off.
every penny.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, definitely having a nice home setup. I mean, I need
Definitely.
I need to upgrade my stuff, but I can imagine it give me a little bit more motivation. When I'm up at 10:30 at night, being like, yeah, I got this nice setup, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're comfortable, like it's
It makes it a lot easier
Yeah.
and just yeah, definitely.
there's less things to think about. Like when I was on the fold out tables, I'm like shuffling stuff around so like I have room for my laptop because I
Yeah.
had everything else. Like you can see over here, like I have
Mhm.
like tons of stuff out there. But
Yeah.
now it's literally like where this corner of the desk is always open for just my
Mhm.
keyboard, mouse, and then like I'll bring a like a notebook and use that.
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, everything
Yeah.
else is where it should be, you know.
For sure,
So
for
Marty,
sure.
what do you got for goals for 2023? Do you have
hmm
any specific goals, whether it's, wholesale, OA,
hmm
cashback?
Sales revenue,
Yeah, yeah,
whatever you're setting in stone at this moment.
definitely. Definitely. Yeah, so a huge goal of mine is I really want to do 500K revenue, and on that I want to profit 100K. Um,
Okay.
if I do that, I'd be more than comfortable saying, okay, you know what? I don't like clearly I can make a killing by my own. I don't need a 9 to 5. I'd be more than comfortable walking away if I'm able to do that. Um so that's like a revenue and profit goal.
Yeah.
Um I want to continue to just network with other sellers. Because I mean honestly, man, like that's like another thing that I haven't touched on yet, but like once September hit and I really started to like take it serious, that's like one of the biggest things that's contributed to like my success with this is just shooting the shit with other sellers, swiping up on people's stories and just being a human being to other people in the space. Um, there's power in numbers. I knew that in school. I knew that, from Amazon. Um, two brains, three brains are better than one. So
100%.
yeah, just
100.
trying to network with people, and the last one I would say is just continue to push out content.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so I've been kind of slow, like with putting reels up. Like there was a little span of time I was posting a decent amount of reels, and I've kind of slowed back, but
Yeah.
I definitely want to continue that,
Pick it up again. Yeah.
and that's why I think podcasts are so great too, man, because it's literally just like an echo chamber where it's a recorded chamber that we already talk about Amazon to begin with. So
Yeah.
you can easily just go in, grab like 5 to 10 different clips in an hour worth of content, and then boom,
Oh yeah.
3, 4 people that are on that podcast, it's just free content for everyone.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
yeah,
100%. And it's like we're doing the pod here, and then like
yeah,
you're not making any new content. You're just going through the old stuff and
exactly,
grabbing it.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's easy. But I'm a backtrack for a second.
yeah, for
So
sure.
so you said that if you do 500K and 100K profit, you said if you do that, me and Nate got this thing like we don't do the ifs. We do
You
the
know,
whens.
I
Like
like it. I like it.
the
You're
when.
speaking it
When
into existence. I like it.
WEN when.
Yes. When I do that, I'm
Yeah,
going to walk away.
there you go. I wanted to keep that one up here and
I
bring
like
there
it.
we go.
it. Nice though, solid goals. I mean, I'm sure
Thank you.
sure a lot of people can appreciate that. Like seeing you've been hitting it heavy since September. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna continue to keep your like foot on the gas here and banging
Definitely.
out 500K sales like
Yep.
that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
The
Marty,
what do you got, Nate? You got a
I
question?
was gonna ask Marty, do you have any VAs yet? What
Mhm.
what was your process too of like acquiring your first VA or a couple or
Yeah. Yeah. So honestly, at this point in time, I currently don't have a VA. Funny enough, though, I will have one in like a week or so. I'm gonna be splitting one with my boy. Shout out to Zach Sedano. Me and him are gonna be splitting a VA, and I'm just really looking forward to that.
Z
Um,
So's the homie.
yeah, yeah. But we didn't even. I mean, because he kind of set it up, but we didn't even have to like we didn't even have to like go through online jobs PH or anything. We literally just took advantage of
Yeah, like a hiring agency for the
yeah,
VA.
just a
Like
hiring company that
yeah.
is going to train these people, and not saying that we're not going to train them also, but they're going to give them their basic fundamentals of
Yeah,
1 to 2 weeks
it's
of
it's definitely a
accelerating.
huge
So
like it costs a little bit of money to get them going and stuff. Like me and Nate
yeah.
have one, but we talk to him every single day. Like
Oh
this,
yeah.
he's so like it answers DMs on, Discord messages like within the hour. Like the kid,
Yep.
he's spot on. And we like chat with him every day. We'll highlight the leads green. We'll let him know what we're buying, what's good, what's bad. Like, and
Yep.
he's always learning with us. So it's like,
Yeah, man. Communicate. I mean, communication is key, and a lot of people don't realize too is that if you can't source, you're not like you can't expect hiring a VA to fix your problems because at the end of the day, a VA is just an extension of yourself and your business. So if you can't source yourself, you can't expect yourself to teach someone that
yeah,
doesn't even know the first thing about Amazon and Keepa and SellerAmp and all that good
exactly.
stuff. So,
Exactly. It's a huge benefit to using like a hiring agency that's good
yep,
and reputable and stuff. Like they'll get you there to getting that VA that you don't have to like sift through all the job applications. You don't have to go
Mhm.
over any training,
yep,
like the fundamentals of sourcing, but
mhm,
like you give them like your insights to things that's how you train them, you know. It's not
yeah,
exactly like, all right, here's a Keepa chart and here's what you need to know. They already understand that.
yep.
They like you tell them what to look for in those Keepa charts.
Yeah, exactly. You're kind of just like you're just putting like the frosting on the cake essentially at
Exactly, yeah,
that point.
exactly.
Yeah,
And for
yeah.
guys that are working 9 to 5s, like I know Nate was for like the past couple months when we hired the VA, and
Hmm.
I work 9 to 5 every day, and you do
Yep,
too. So like taking out a big chunk of that time of like finding the one that you're
yep.
gonna train is like you can put a price tag on it, but it's like you pay a little bit, you
100%.
pay a decent amount of money for that because it's like you're saving your own time.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. And like, dude, that's why having a prep center has been so key for me too. That was
Yes.
it's the same concept as you said. It's like your time is the most, important and precious asset we have over anything else. So
For sure.
if I'm definitely going to outsource prep um to someone else, pay a little bit of money, outsource prep, and then I have, way more hours of my time that I could actually go and find more profitable products. Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you money. Not prepping inventory, not doing
100%.
all of the admin tasks. It's find profitable inventory, sourcing products. That's what makes you money.
Yep.
And if you
100%.
go to and if you got to deal with like minor headaches with the prep center, like
Yep.
maybe um like I have an example from this past week. Like
Hmm.
my inventory checked in the prep center, it was like 40 items. And I
Okay.
sent out a huge outbound shipment from them of like
Hmm.
over 100 items that I thought, but 20 of the items were missing. And like I checked, like you're checking the shipments and stuff. And I look and I'm like, oh, there's 20 bags. So I hit up the guy that runs the prep center and like within 2 days the problem was solved. But it's like if all that stuff gets to your house, like you know exactly what you're putting in there and you have a little bit more
Yeah.
control. So I guess you kind of give up control of like seeing and holding the stuff, which was like the hardest part for me because it's like
Definitely.
I get all the
Definitely.
inventory to the
Yeah.
house. I know what shows up. I know what I
Yep.
sent. So when Amazon checks like when you're missing inventory inbound or whatever, it's like
Hmm.
you're like, no, I know. But now when you're missing it, you're like, but wait, did the prep center?
Yeah.
Do they have my
Right.
back? Like it's
I
kind of
mean, what were you gonna say? My bad.
no, you're good. I was just gonna say it's kind of like you're just letting go of that control. And if you're like definitely like I'm not I was like micromanaging myself because I was the one setting
Yeah,
that up.
yeah.
It's like I let that go and just let
Hmm.
the prep center do the thing, man, and it's so worth
It
it.
feels so good, man.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
It feels so good.
Like 2 3 almost 3 months like straight. I'd be sending out FBA shipments like every day. Be up in my basement packing stuff up
Yeah.
till like 10, 11, getting ready to wake up at 6:30. It's like, man,
Uh,
it's exhausting.
You send it all out, and then you have a clean house for one day. You come back from work the next day, and there's like 30 boxes outside your door. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, I literally just did this. Come
Yeah.
on.
It gets, I understand how people can do it if you're full-time FBA and you want to save the cost and you're in like a sales tax exempt and you want to
Mhm.
save the cost of paying a prep center and it makes sense for you,
Yeah,
yeah.
run it up. But if it doesn't make sense for you and you're working 8 to 9 hours a day, like it's probably not gonna last too long.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're gonna get run down.
definitely. Um, Branching off what you said of how it took a little bit of time for you. You were almost like micromanaging yourself a little bit. It's such a good point, and it's like that's why I believe that regardless of your situation, I think that everyone, if you're starting out, don't get a prep center right away. Like put the time in, put the time in to like learn the systems, put some time in prepping inventory and like physically go through the whole process of receiving it, prepping it, sending it to the fulfillment center, seeing the sales from that process happen. Because if you're a beginner and you don't do any of that, you're gonna have no like it's like you said, like there's no tangibility to that. You have no concept of I'm just you're just clicking buttons.
Yeah.
Where I mean
100%.
at this point that's what the three of us are doing, but like you said, like you put in a lot of time prepping those units and really seeing like the finished product happen.
Yeah.
So if you're a
Yeah.
beginner, don't get a prep center right away. Do not do that.
For sure. Nate, what do we say at the beginning? We got to get out of the mud.
Mud.
Yeah.
You made it out the mud.
Spend some time in the mud to appreciate it when you're outside the
100%.
mud.
Yeah.
100%.
There's certain situations where like it's an essential to have experienced those poly bagging of
Oh,
units, of slapping on ASIN stickers and every single step of that. And if you don't go through that, then I don't know. I mean, I feel like you'll have a different like perception of this whole business. But if you do go
Definitely.
through it, you have like the appreciation of like now you have a prep center. Now you can really appreciate why it costs, $1
Why it
per
costs what
unit.
it does. Yeah, exactly.
And like
It's a great point.
I'd say there's no like set time frame or whatever, but like I mean get like your first couple thousand units out the door yourself.
Definitely.
Figure it out with like a couple thousand, like 1,000 or 1,000 or 2,000. And then
Yeah.
it's too much and overwhelming. Start looking at the prep center and figuring that out. Because I mean it's a whole different beast too. You just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. And like that's again, like it just goes back like it goes back to the point of that's why I say like your network is so fucking important, like more important than anything else. Like shout out to jsong.online, my boy John. I hopped on a Zoom call with him, my first time meeting the guy, and super super chill guy. I mean the homie's crushing it,
Yeah.
but it was my first time ever talking to him, and I similar to you guys, how he asked me like you guys asked me my goals, he kind of did the same. So one of my goals at that time was I said I definitely want to get a prep center by the end of Q1 of 2023. And he was like, "Oh, dude, like you need a prep center?" Like he's like, "I got you. Like, here's their number. Call them tomorrow." And I'm like, "Okay." Call them tomorrow. Talk to the woman for 30 minutes, and I've been shipping with them for a month and a half now, and there hasn't been a single problem thus far. So if I didn't put myself out there, if I didn't shoot the shit with other sellers, that would have never happened. So
Right.
Yeah.
network with
It is like we talked about it on
people.
last episode, our Discord group that we got. It's like it's a solid group. I don't know why it's saying
Yeah.
solid group
Yeah.
and we chop it up every day. Like
Yeah. That's the way to win, man. Like just surround yourself with, similar people to you, people that are doing better than you, and it's gonna be inevitable that you're gonna just level up yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of like if I wasn't like didn't have the Instagram, I didn't have Discord, and I wasn't talking to people every day, I'm like, would I even still be doing this? Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like me and Nate, literally every single. I probably talked to Nate more than I talked to my girlfriend, which like it's bad to say, but like, I mean, not
It's in
bad.
trouble.
I still hang out with her and talk to her all the time.
He's in the doghouse.
Yeah.
Someone's in the doghouse.
I'm in the penthouse, not the doghouse. But yeah, I mean, it's good. We talk shop all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting new ideas. I mean, in the Discord group, a few of us, like the kind of like the original members, we all put in for the like monitors for like products.
Yeah, for aces,
So
it's like it's just
like obviously you don't want to have 30 people monitoring the same products, but if you have 5 to maybe 10 people all
Yep.
monitoring products and adding new products to that monitor, you could
Yeah.
have a healthy amount of different, way different products that
yeah, like
someone
plan.
someone could put it on where like you're not even thinking of that, and
Definitely.
then now you are, and now you're like, oh, how about this and this and this, and then you look
Hmm.
up those products and they're fucking good sellers. So now you add those to
Yeah.
the monitor, and everybody eats.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously.
Everyone eats.
And like I was like when me and Nate got the VA and we were talking about like how we're sharing all the leads and stuff. I'm like, we were going back and forth about it, just chatting it up, and it's like, well, one, I'm probably not going to buy every single lead that he puts
Yep.
out, and neither are you. And like the ones we do go in together, it's like 90% of the time we can all
You
get
can
our
both
sales.
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah. You
exactly.
could get 10 more people on that and it wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the market saturation is a big deal, like on certain
Yeah.
listings and stuff. But overall, if there's like, I'd say under 10 of you, like
Hmm.
you'll be all right. And if it's not
100%.
proud of it, like, I mean, dude, there's like Lego listings with like 600 sellers on it, something like that.
Yeah.
It's called hell.
Yeah.
It's called hell is what that is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, good
But no,
stuff.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So Marty, what, back in September, you were mainly books
Yep.
and seasonal Legos. And then
Hmm.
you started diving into what other categories? What was like your first ones that you branched into?
Nike.
Nike,
Just apparel, Nike.
apparel and
Yeah.
Nike. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good
I'd
stuff.
say just because like it was, I mean, to me, it was just the easiest thing to source at the time. There's just there's a lot of content teaching you how to source Nike. So, that's what I did. I looked up YouTube videos and just, watch people source, shout out to Miles.
Yep. Got to give it to him.
I
Got to
watched
give it
Miles
to him.
sourcing videos, and I'm sure all of us did. And really just from there, just started playing around with different websites and whatnot, and different sourcing methods. Doing reverse storefront stalking, doing manual sourcing,
Yep.
and then from there, just getting into different more like replenishable products and categories. So like as of recent, I've been doing a lot more. Like I've been trying to get into like beauty, electronics, like higher ticket items, stuff of that nature. Health and household's another great one.
Mhm.
Groceries, great. Really anything that like I know that if I open the website up 2 months from now, I'm still gonna be able to buy it profitably.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
that's where I think the true sustainability in this business, at least for OA, that's where it is in replen products.
Yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
Like you're saving time. You don't have to resource it. You know where to go. You know what to do. You just hit the box,
Exactly.
send it to the prep, and it's game over.
That's yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely you were saying like higher ticket items and stuff. Like I in my Instagram DMs, like a few times a week, like I'll get a newer seller. Like he'll be like a 4 or 5 figure seller, and he or she will hit me up and they'll be like, "How'd you like grow so rapidly?" And I'll like, "How'd you do it?" And I'm like, "High ASP items. Like
Yep.
you're gonna buy like 20, $30 items, and you can only sell like 30 or 40 a month.
Hmm.
Like you're still good items, still buying."
Hmm.
But the way to really rapidly grow those sales is to start selling higher ticket stuff like 100 to $200 item that you know you're going to be able to sell for 100 to 200, and you can sell the same amount 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
you pick up like 6 7 of those ASINs, and
Yep.
boom, you got 10K 20K months easy.
Oh, easily.
Like
And the thing that I love about high ticket items too is, I mean, typically you're not, if you're buying like $150 toaster and stuff like that, like you're not going to get a newbie seller who's not really, not really familiar with Amazon. They're not going to buy the same high ticket item. They're going to, like you said, they're going to stick to like, the 15 to 30, $40 range items just
mhm.
because it's easier, and
It's easier,
that's
it's
what people have.
safer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like if you have to
Exactly.
return 10 $30 items,
Yeah,
only
it's not a
300
big
bucks,
deal.
and the
Yeah.
store is like much less likely to give you shit for it. Whereas
Yeah.
if you're returning 15 to whatever, I mean, like $10,000 to $15,000 worth of stuff, it's like you're gonna stink. It's like
Oh,
people are gonna be like, dude, what the heck is going
They're
on?
like, did this dude commit fraud or something? Like,
Yeah,
what's his
exactly.
deal?
I mean, that's what I would be thinking if I was in
stole
your
it off the truck.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, that's what it takes. You just gotta spend more time sourcing higher ticket items and
Yep.
spend more money on them. And then you'll in turn sell more and make more money.
Dude, that one concept of just buy more inventory, just spend more money. It like it sounds so simple, and it is, but it took me a really long time to really learn that like if you
Mhm.
want to increase your revenue, if you want to increase your profits, buy more fucking inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna generate that revenue and that profit increase down the
Yep.
line. Is just spending more money. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, and again, like it just goes back to what you said is like if you don't have that, um, if you're not prepping the units yourself, you don't have a sense of, oh, this is real. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
it's just it's all connected. It's all connected.
Yeah, for sure. It is.
Yeah.
So Marty, have you ever had any like IP complaints or any complaints like that before?
hmm Yeah, so I've been very lucky. In the 18 months or whatever it's been that I've been selling, I've only had one IP complaint, and I thought the book was over there. It's not, but it was like a $2 book that I got from an estate sale. It was like a Disney Epcot book from like the 90s or something.
Yeah.
And I had that in my storefront for like 3 months, and then one day out of the blue, I saw the listing got taken down, and I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I went to my account health, and then lo and behold, there was a IP complaint right there. But
Mm.
I mean, I could have just gotten lucky, but I mean, for me, it was really easy to get that written off. I literally just I submitted a claim saying, hey, I'm sorry about this. I'm gonna take the listing down. I'm gonna put a removal order in right away. I'm not gonna sell this anymore. Blah blah blah. And the complaint was taken down like a day later. So
Nice.
it
Oh,
really wasn't too bad.
That's good.
yeah.
But yeah, you definitely don't want to mess with Amazon. You
Yeah, for sure. Now to combat combat your IP complaints and remain in good standing account health wise, do you use any softwares? We haven't even really touched on software yet. But
yeah.
follow up with that. But for IP complaints, do you use anything specific or
At this point in time, I currently don't. I should. Um, I should get a software for that. But right now the only thing I really use is just Amp, and even then I take that with a huge grain of salt. It's more so for me like word of mouth. Like if I hear from other people like, hey, stay away from blah 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 brand, then I'm not gonna source that product. And it's a combination of like word of mouth, just like hearing from other sellers, and then also just like looking at the keeper chart. Like
yeah?
is the offer count going from 90 to 1 in like a day? Then it's like, okay, I'm just not touching that with like a
Yeah.
20 foot
No, there's
pole.
definitely some good signs in the Keepa that you can find there. So
Definitely. But yeah, like there's no reason why I shouldn't be using software like that. So are there any that you guys use that you recommend, honestly?
I just bought Chris Grant's IP alert like last week
Okay.
because I was like having a little bit. Well, one, like the December numbers are rolling in. I'm like, yeah, I could spend this for the business and like account health wise and stuff. Because I
Yep.
had like inauthentic complaint like my first
Mm.
month on Amazon, like $1,000 hit
Oh,
like
That
first month.
sucks, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We've talked about that. We've talked about that like as I was going through it.
Yeah.
But it's like it was like 4 point hit on my account health, but I was so new. I was
Oh
literally
yeah, you're
like,
probably tweaking. Yeah.
I had like the 200.
Rip.
I had the 200 account health, and then I take a 4-point hit, and my Seller Central screen's like, "You're gonna be
You're
suspended."
at risk of deactivation.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. Like this sucks. I haven't even been doing this 3 weeks.
Dude, I remember those talks.
Oh, dude, it was rough.
Oh,
We're in good standings now. Trying to
Yeah.
get that account health assurance. Hopefully,
yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
this year. That'd be huge.
That'd be-
But yeah,
Definitely.
so I got the IP alert, and it's nice. I mean, it just gives you like an extra little warning, like, hey,
Okay. There's the
stay away,
IP.
stay
Yeah. Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
But yeah, so let's hit on other softwares you use. I know your repricing. Your
Mhm.
repricer is different than mine.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, right now I currently use Keepa, SellerAmp, Profit Protector Pro, which is my repricer, and I recently just got and then Inventory Labs, which I personally don't even use Inventory Lab. It's literally just for my prep center because that's what they utilize. So I said
Yeah.
fuck it, and I just pay the business expense. Um, but recently, the most recent software that I just got that I know you guys are familiar with, and like it's dude, I love it, is Sellerboard.
Yeah.
Sellerboard is freaking awesome, man. Like because that's the thing, like not just in Amazon, but like any business, you need to know your numbers. If you have no concept of what you've sold, how much you've netted on that, like what the hell are you doing? Um,
What's even the
so
point at that point? Like,
no, literally, like what are you doing?
yeah,
But yeah, man, Sellerboard's freaking awesome. Like they could like Sellerboard, Keepa, and Seller Amp. The three of those softwares can easily charge way more money, and I mean,
yeah,
I'm sure you guys as well still pay it.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
vital
you
for the
can like,
success.
I'm pretty sure all three of those too for like a beginner seller. It's like under $100 a month. I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah, dude, you're paying like 60, 65 a month for all three. Like
yeah,
and again, that's starting out. That's all you need. Like
yeah.
that's all you need, man. That's
Until
like
you
such a
start,
big, yeah, until you start doing like crazy numbers. But
then you need a repricer, and then like
definitely,
like
definitely. But again, it's like at that point, like you're doing so much in sales and profit that like it's gonna pay for itself. Like
yeah,
there's such a big there's such a big misconception amongst people that aren't, or they're either new sellers or they haven't started yet. They're just kind of like, looking from the outside, and they think that they got to rack up all these crazy softwares and spend like shit tons of money. Like, dude, the only two necessities that you need are Keepa and Seller. Both are $18 and $20 a month. You don't need anything else starting out. So there's no excuse, man. Like just
Yeah.
go out, spend some money, and have
yeah. I
fun on
mean,
Amazon.
you got your Seller Central account, $40,
Yep.
and 60 to 65 for those three that you mentioned, the Keepa, Seller Amp, and wow, I'm drawing.
Sellerboard.
Seller. Yeah,
Sellerboard.
I just like whoop.
I forgot it too for a
I
second.
blacked out. But yeah, no. All the like 100 $105 a month.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
And again, fellas, you're writing it off at the end of the year, so like it's
yeah,
not it's
seriously.
not it's not a big deal.
But to
Yeah.
explain Seller Board like a little bit in
Mhm.
comparison to Inventory Labs, because I think that's like definitely its closest competitor or comparison you want to say.
Yeah.
So like Seller Board is Inventory Labs without like the shipping.
Yeah. It's
Like
like strictly accounting.
strictly numbers, yeah, which is
Yeah.
good because the benefit over Inventory Labs, I think, is like the accuracy and the timing of it. Because Inventory
Definitely.
Labs, I feel like they update that like every 24
Whenever they
hours.
want.
Yeah, and it's like even every day, it's like a lot of your pending sales don't get thrown in
Mhm.
there. Which I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes they will go away, like it'll like not be pending and
Yeah.
it'll, like cancel or whatever. But Seller Board will
Mhm.
track that for you like real time.
Yep.
Like I make
Yeah.
a sale, like 5 minutes later, Seller Board shows the sale, shows how much
Yeah.
profit you made, and it's
Yep.
like even your returns right
Yeah,
away.
it's
Like,
super instant, man.
yeah,
I was playing around with it the other day actually, and I know Helium does this, but there's a real feature in Sellerboard where you could set up a campaign that it will like automatically send like the review requests for anything that you sell.
Hmm.
And yeah, dude,
Oh, wow.
it's sick. Like when you guys have the time, just I mean, it took me 2 minutes. You just go to campaigns and you could choose like how many days after the item is sent out do you want the AI to send like an email to them just
Oh,
requesting a
wow.
review. So
That's
like yeah, it's
that's
honestly
huge.
huge. Yeah.
That's huge for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, my review came kind of lacking.
Mine's trash, bro.
Yeah.
Mine's trash.
I got like sick. I got one on yesterday morning actually. It was a 1-star review, got hit, but I got it taken down.
There you
But
go.
it was because I'll tell the story because it's definitely helpful. So
Hmm.
I got an article of clothing shipped to my house, a bunch of, and
Hmm.
they had the security tags on them still, a couple of them,
Oh,
a certain store.
yeah.
So I think this item might have been one of the earlier ones that I didn't notice because I wouldn't open the poly, like, when you get stuff shipped to you in poly bags, like you're not gonna
You just say fuck it. You're
yeah,
like, okay,
exactly,
this is
slap a
sick. Yeah.
label on and throw it out the door.
Right.
But I wasn't checking the items and making sure that they were like up to snuff. So a couple of them probably got sent out with security tags. And I started to notice like a week later, I was getting shipments in and I'm like, wow, these things all have security tags on them. Like, what is going on? So I took like 20 units to the store, got the security tags taken off, and I'm like thinking to myself, like, man, someone's gonna say something because I know I definitely there was potential that I sent some out with security tags.
Yeah.
And yesterday morning I got the hit. But lesson learned there for you beginners who are prepping your stuff. Even I mean, if you're not a beginner, then you've probably experienced something like this before. But check your stuff, make sure it's good to go,
Definitely.
so you don't get that 1-star hit because it sucks.
Yes.
It does. It does.
Valuable information.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
you don't know until you go through it, and then
Yeah.
it happens, and someone listening takes a bit of wisdom from that and checks their stuff. And
Yeah.
sorry, my
And
dog.
that's like, I mean, again, like most things in life, I feel are kind of like learn as you go, but like that's really the case with Amazon. Like you can do all the you I'm not saying you shouldn't watch YouTube videos and like do your research and stuff. Obviously do that, but you can watch all the YouTube videos you want and buy all the courses you want, but until you actually make your own seller account and put some time in the trenches, as you guys say, have some time, get stuck in the mud a little bit.
Yeah,
There's no way that you're gonna be able to do that.
Right.
yeah, for sure. Time in the market, it's like Amazon
Mm-hmm.
is a market. You got to be in it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Just
100%.
learn as you go.
Yeah. One of my coworkers comes up to me and wants to learn the stock market. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put like $50 in." I'm like, "Dude, you're not gonna learn nothing. You gotta like take time and invest like some money that you're like gonna look at and want to help grow."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the Amazon topic, but same principles apply.
Yeah.
Invest
Yeah.
your time and your money so you learn and you're like forcing yourself to learn, not just
Exactly.
window shopping YouTube videos.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
Sweet. Well, I got no more questions for my guy Marty, but
no more questions.
got any?
I mean, we've been rolling like I feel like solid 45.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid
Absolutely.
45.
Time flies when you're having fun. I didn't even
Time
realize
does
it was
fly. That's like
45 minutes. Yeah.
I remember one of the first podcasts me and Nate did. I'm like, how are we even going to talk for like 20 minutes? And then we hit
Yeah.
stop. We hit stop. Well, we had the free version of Zoom at the time, so we cut off at like 45 minutes. And I'm like, dude, we only got like 30 seconds left. We gotta wrap this up.
It just cuts off.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean,
That's
still
sweet.
learning, getting better at the podcast game.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
Marty, we definitely appreciate you coming on, taking time out of your night.
Yeah, man. I
Valuable
appreciate you
time.
guys having me, man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I mean, this has been in the works for what? We've talked about it for over a month now, at least.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Q4 got
month.
busy. We slacked on the podcast, but
Yeah,
Q1's
it
here.
happens.
Q1's
It
here. We're
happens.
back. ripping content.
I love it. I love it, boys.
Ready to be the #1 business podcast.
Spot
Yes, sir.
Free.
Gotta get
Joe
up.
Rogan, they're coming after you.
But sweet, Marty, it was a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Definitely, I mean, we're in the same Discord, so we'll be chatting up, all the time.
Definitely.
To everybody listening, thank you for tuning in. Tune in next week for our episode 11. We're gonna crank out one episode a week for you guys. Probably this entire year, maybe more if we feel froggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys and take care. Thank you.
Marty, where can the people reach you?
The people can reach me at FBA Marty. It's at FBA Marty. So
On Instagram, yep.
yeah, man. If there's any, and Twitter too. If there's any questions that any of you guys have, whatever it may be, shoot me a DM. Always happy to help.
Yeah, Marty's your man. All right. Peace out, everyone.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Yeah.
Peace.